Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, y'all. What's up, y'all? Happy Monday, everybody. It's your girl, Lady Miz, and I'm rocking out with my co-host, Ray. He's behind the scenes right now, but he's still going. You're going to be chiming in from here to there. Every now and then. Okay, there we go. Yes. Today, today's topic, we are talking about the struggles that we interim citizens have when trying to integrate back into the society. And the purpose of this conversation is so that we can all do better with knowing how to deal with things and deal with people and deal with situations without judgment. So, we had a little technical difficulties on the first one, so we had to restart. And I hope if you can hear, please let me know if you can hear me. You can hear me? Okay, good. So I ain't got to go through all of that. You can hear me. All right, good. Let's get Shaquille up on there because I do not see him up on there. So let's get him on there. There we go. All right. So first, what I'm going to do is, what's good, Godson? I see Detroit is in the building. What's poppin', son? Yes. Let's go and you guys introduce yourself, and then I'm going to talk and say a little something, and then we're going to get into these questions.
Okay, my name is Rick Mel Webb. They call me Webb. I've been in and out of jail for 18 years, off and on, for drugs, alcohol, a little violence here and there, but that's mainly, and I'm from Harlem, and I'm just trying to make myself better in this whole situation, move forward in life. I know I made this, but I turned it around, and I got to my mindset, and I'm going to the top, and that's just my mindset, whatever it takes, and do it the right way.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, can you hear him clear? I just want to make sure. What number is he? I want to turn him up a little bit. Number 2. Okay, let's just turn that up a little tiny bit. Just talk more closer into the mic if you can. Next, let's introduce Big Cuz over there. Let's go.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. First, I want to thank Ray and Teresa.
Whoa. Hold up. Pump the brakes real quick. Let's pump the brakes. My name is Lady Miz. I don't know who's running the government right now. Like, what's really good, yo? Who the hell is Teresa, though? So let's bring that back. Let's rewind that. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the ground up. This is the ground up.
Exactly.
I want to thank Lady Miz and Ray from the Ground Up Productions for having me here to speak. I spent a lot of time actually. I hope that these people shared, people to respect one things and stuff my life and maybe understand, how this is, we come in and out.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned in.
We're going to talk about it all. Listen, if you tune in right now, make sure you share this live. We can't really share it like that. So we ask you when you come on to please share it. What's good? Godson, I appreciate you over there on YouTube. YouTube really counts. Facebook, though, we know that. Nobody wants to do, so I'm coming in with you quick. So before we get into these questions, right, I want to first thank y'all for coming and having this conversation.
Thank you for letting me have to be here. Thank you.
Yes, I think it's important and one to just be authentic, you know what I mean? Right. And just let the people know how you really feel. This show is not about sugarcoating nothing, so I just want to make that clear. Absolutely. We keep it straight gully on here. You heard that intro, okay? You pay attention to the intro. All right, good. So, me, mine, one of them, okay. Okay, how's that? That's good, or it's still echo?
That's what I'm hearing on the
Out here.
Reverb on the black. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Tell me how it is now. Does that sound better? What's good, T Chemistry? What's good, Harlem in the building? What's good, Lady Z? I see you, Mama. Let me know if it's still an echo. I'm not playing that right now, so y'all can hear.
It's not an echo. That's the difference.
Okay. So what's causing that?
That's all the mics around.
Oh, so let me bring it down some. Let's do that. Tell me.
Yeah, this is gotta speak into the mic. That's
Okay. How is that? Is that better? Well, you gotta let me know. Okay, so listen, please let me know if this is better. Who is this on here?
Yeah, it's way better.
Yo, I don't know who that is, Alabama, Gali, whatever, but don't be coming on here asking people for no money or no cash app with those scams, okay? You ain't doing my people like that. So don't do that over here. We're gonna block you, son. Don't come over here with that. Still more, okay? Because you know what it is? I talk loud too. I'm like a loud. Y'all, they're so soft spoken. I be like, yo, what's good, y'all? I know. Let me tell you. Oh, it's me. So he's saying it's me. I'm the problem. Okay. All right. So let me. Okay. All right. How about that? Too low. They're laughing at me. How's that? Are we good now?
You might be the one causing the reverb.
He's trying to blame it on me, but it really might not be my fault though. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? How is it now? Okay. When he was talking, did you hear it?
Turn him up a little bit.
No. What I'm saying. Okay. All right. Keep us updated, guys, if you can hear. So now that we have the intro, I just want to say that what's up, Karen? I know he's spamming. We ain't feeling that. Don't be spamming on from the ground up. Let me just give a quick little backstory. One thing is I want to tell people that I work with reentering citizens. I went back to the place where I was first locked up at that juvenile detention center, and I was able to she put the middle finger. I was able to go and talk to the kids there, and it was a blessing for me. So I know, and I could kind of relate to a lot of things that people go through. A lot of times people can judge and say a lot of things because they can't relate. They never been through it. They don't know what it's like. They don't know the struggles. The only thing they do, some people in their own little box, and they expect perfection from other people when they're not even perfect themselves. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, y'all know, if you read my book, you know my story. If you know me personally, you know that I've been in jail, I've been in group homes, I've been in lockup, so I've been through the system as well. So I do understand the struggles and even the mindset of dealing with things. So,
and may I add something to that? And she also came to visit me too. She was about 12, 13.
A few times.
Came to visit me, so she already knew about the struggle way before.
All day.
Okay.
All day. I absolutely. Me, I got the picture. Sing, right? That's right. I remember. That's right. And you already know. Okay, so listen, let's get into this. I'm gonna start with questions. I don't know if y'all want to start with anything personal, if you want to, about yourself. And I'm going to start with questions, but you can always go off and do your own thing. So the first thing I want to know is, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Rick Mill, I'm sorry, let me address you correctly.
Yeah.
I want to start with Rick Mill. Can you tell me, I know you just got out not too long ago, correct?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
So right now, tell me what it's like with dealing with adapting to society. How do you feel about that?
I've been in and out I did violations, and this is like that was my third bid. And I was in group homes, and I was in DFY, and I did that till I was 18. But coming out, it's always a struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because you always go back to what you know best right away. It's easier for you, you know what I'm saying? But it's a time when you just get tired of it, and you just want to change, and before you all be in for win. So it's important for me, saying in my struggle, to make that move, So it's hard with family and children, and just adapting back to the society, and people just trusting you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for an individual to trust you, even being staying home, or you're just gonna go back and resort back to the same things you always do. So you know, it's just a lot, you know, and you stick with your, guns, you can make it, you know, you just gotta put your mind to it, you know. Everybody got like a rock bottom and, you know, get tired of it and, you know, things like that. So, you know, it's a lot, you know, but you go through it and you finally just realize it and just take the steps in the process to get through it.
Okay, all right, okay.
Real quick on that, because being trust, you said trust. Did you find that like the biggest issue with coming home?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you got friends that's doing certain things, and you got other friends that's doing certain things. You know, and depending on the person, you know, some people just got nothing but negative individuals in their life, and then you got individuals that got positive individuals, but they don't want to be around you because of what you're doing in your life. So, you know, it depends. So now that's the people that you want to, you know, get the trust out of, because, you know, it's longevity in that. Jail is no good, man. I hated it, you know. But I live with it, you know. I'm a survivor, so, you know, and I ain't never let it break me. You know, so I'm just, you know, then I just take it step by step, and I just keep it positive. Just have a positive outlook on life. And you'll get what you want to get. I've always been like a go-getter, getting money, and, you know, living a life, but you can do it in the best way you can. So, you know, that's what I'm testing out right now. I'm going through it, and I'm taking it step by step. You know, I'm doing the process.
All right. Okay. All right. So, gotcha. That's better. Okay. All right. We're gonna move on to Shaquille. Now, the question is, Shaquille, how is it for you when you got out? How was it, and how is it adapting in society, dealing with everything that's going on? How did you deal with that, and how are you dealing with that?
Right. You know, actually, I was quite surprised how well I dealt. Was able to lock up since I was 9 years old, and since 9 years old, and I spent very little time in society up until I was 42 years old. But I think while I was away in prison, I think what helped me is I was very observant of people that were going in and out of prison, correctional officers, counselors, you know, others just coming in and out. I used to watch CEOs and seeing how they used to just do overtime and work. And then I go on these little hospital trips and I'll be seeing their little cars and stuff like that. And, you know, and I just sit back and I lay back and I say, you know what? You know, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you get that work ethic. This is where that work ethic come from. Like just watching and observing and seeing how they doing things. So I said, you know, when I get out, this is something that I have to do. You know, get a job, work. Maybe this is what's going to keep me out of here and keep me coming from getting back in. Reading books is another way to help me adapt when I got back out into society, because book reading gave me a picture, a view of the outside world and how people do things and how they move and make things happen for themselves. Reading magazines, talking to people coming in and out, and just watching the mistakes that a lot of brothers was making, going out, coming back. I kept telling myself, you know what? We'll be coming out like, and I also realized that I came in at a young age. You know what I mean? I wasn't cognizant of a lot of things that I was doing, but understood. I didn't understand the consequences. I was impulsive. And a kid that's 16, 17 years old, that gets himself, most kids that are 17, 16 years old, they're compulsive. They don't really know the consequences of their actions and things like that. So I actually grew in prison. And like I said, I was very, very surprised how well I adapted. I got out, I found a job. I mean, I had several jobs. I was working, saving money, just doing all the right things, just trying to stay positive so I wouldn't have to go back again. You know, so I could say it wasn't very hard. I'm surprised.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's good to hear. For me, even though, you know, I never was in prison, I only, my steps ended in jail, I would say. That was my last stop. But for me, it was more changing my thinking, right? And then changing the people that I was surrounding myself with. Because I'm going to keep it real. See, I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I'm not saying it like that, like I don't know about y'all. let me be clear. Like I'm not saying that y'all not keeping it real. I'm just saying that for me, when I was going through phases when people were good, they were boring to me. I was like, they ain't doing nothing. They not like, I'm used to this life. And when I got around the other people that were not in that lifestyle, I looked at them as being corny, and I looked at them as being boring. Right? Now that's me. I'm boring, right? Because but I'm living a better life. But the thing is, like, sometimes adapting means changing how I think, right? And then changing the people that I'm surrounding myself with, and making sure that before it was about how many people I used to have parties with mad people there. Now I just want little gatherings with a few people, because the quality is better. Quantity. You know what I mean? So that was the biggest thing for me.
You got to prepare yourself.
Exactly.
You prepare to fail.
Exactly. So let's talk about Echo again. Damn, what the heck? We gotta get this Echo fixed, because I don't like this Echo. Are you listening?
Yeah, here.
No, we don't. But I'm talking about the people listening.
Oh, people making comments.
Right. They say they hear an echo.
You know what it is? The confusing in the echo with the reverb. It sounds the same. It just sounds like a whole lot of air. Because your voices are reason. I have to lower some of the mics. Go ahead, y'all continue.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the next question as far as reconnecting with family members. Do you find that to be a struggle with doing that with anybody, rather be parents, siblings, cousins, nieces, nephews, whoever? Do you think that it's a struggle to do that? How can I say this? When you came home, did you feel like it was open arms, or it was like standoffish when it comes to family?
Well, yeah. Well, for me, absolutely. Like the children, definitely like standoffish at first for the first couple of days.
When you say the children, who are you referring to?
I'm talking about my daughters and my son.
Okay.
They're standoffish. They don't know really who you are. Like, what I'm saying? They don't know what to expect. So, what I'm saying? That can be like a challenge in itself, just for the first couple of weeks, and then they start to really get to know you. So you don't really get to know them right away. So, it's a process again. You know what I'm saying? You got to take steps to it, and you get to learn, and you get to bond with each individual, and just, you reaching out to get that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Try to figure out, what's going to be the most effective way to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I show every day still. I don't get home, like a month and 3 weeks, almost a month and 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what that been. But with my other family, they kind of, a lot of them are standoffish because they used to be in and out of jail. They ask you questions like, jail or something like that. No, I don't like jail. I just like the lifestyle I was living, and the process of that. You know what I'm saying? That's the result that happens. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the lifestyle. That's part of the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's been.
All right. Okay. And you, Shaquille?
Yeah. I felt that some of my family relatives were a little skeptical and leery about my intentions when I was coming by. But all I wanted to do was just give them a hug and tell them I love them, because I wasn't really looking for anything from any of them. I just wanted to let them know that I missed them, I loved them. Every day I realize, even now, that every day I'm out here, I'm winning.
That's right.
I ain't need nothing. Yeah. I ain't want nothing. I just wanted to be around my family, because you appreciate those little things when you're away.
Absolutely.
And I miss that, and that's all I wanted. So if they were, if they were a little standoffish or whatever, I don't know, but that's what I was thinking, and that's how I kind of felt.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think that in situations like that, when you coming home, you do have to kind of like give people time, right? Yeah. Because I don't care what you say. We live in a time, everybody's judgmental. People judge you for everything that you do, and they judge you for every mistake that you made, right? Which is going to bring me to my next question. double jeopardy. Let's talk about that for a minute. We're going to start with you, Shaquille. Because
speak into the mic so that we can hear you clearly.
Yeah. Come closer to the mic. And matter of fact, while we doing that, I want to tell you your camera's there, so you could look at me if you want. I mean, am I cute? but if you want to talk to the people, that's your camera. If you want to look directly to them, you look up here. Okay? That way, I mean, but we can look wherever you want. But I'm just saying, if you like when I talk and I want them to, you know what I mean, I talk there. So anyway, my question to you is this. I'm talking about double jeopardy, and what that means is you did whatever you did, you get locked up, and you're serving time. So you're paying for what you did in a sense, right? Consequences. You come out, and you still have to keep paying for what you've done. From other people, right? From other people judging you, from other people not letting you move on and live. Like that is an issue. Talk to me about are you dealing with that? And if you are, how?
Well, yeah, I have dealt with that. And I say that because a lot of job applications I had to fill out, a lot of interviews I had, a lot of people in my community that knew about my past and knew that I had done some things in my past. It was always before me. No matter what I did, no matter where I went, they always had that stigmatization before me. Like I couldn't move forward. It was always, okay, we're gonna let you go here, we're gonna let you go there, but understand, you know what you did here. And
well, what do you mean by that? Clarify the here and there's, and we know, so that we could really understand what you're saying. Give me more detail.
Okay. And like you said, just from the ground up, we don't sugarcoat nothing here. All right. I served 24 years for rape. I went to prison, and I got out, and a lot of areas in the community that I lived in were not allowing me to stay there, to be myself, to grow and go on. They didn't know anything that happened to me 24 years ago when I was 16 years old and was arrested. But yet, no matter what I tried to do, no matter where I went, it was always before me. Photos in the community of me, registration, you name it. It was always before me. I could not do anything that would be productive and positive with my rehabilitation and my reentry back into the program. That's what I'm talking about. There's just certain things that they do to keep you from moving on. Although you served your time, although you've done programs, although you paid your debt to society, they still put these things in front of me, and I couldn't move on. And you had kids that were just babies. They didn't know anything that happened back in 1989 when I was arrested. They didn't know nothing about my case. They didn't know nothing about the injustices that went on in the court and so forth. But they hear one thing: oh, this guy did what? He was away how long for this? Oh, he must have did it. He must have did it. And when situations like that arise, it makes it very difficult to do what you need to do out in the community.
Okay, yeah. All right. And I think that dealing with something like that, because that is something that I think people will always judge for. And you were young. You know what I mean? You were very young. You went through what you were going through. This is not for me to tell your story, but your childhood growing up was not an easy one.
No.
You understand? So having a childhood, and then as a child, because still, that age is still a child at that age. You know what I mean? Right. So as a child, you went through what you went through, and you still to this day, even after 20 something years, it's something that continues to follow you because people would never let you live that down. Never. So that's an issue. That's that's an issue.
Never.
Now, what do you say to parents who would say, well, that's a serious allegation. Like, I'm not, the hell with that. That's serious. And I'm not going to, take it easy on the situation. How do you respond to that?
Well, I tell these people that, I tell people this. If you feel that way and you think that way about me or anyone or myself, I let them know that you need to know that I understand that this situation will never happen again. Okay, if you feel that way, I can reassure you that while I'm out here in this community and out in society, that this thing will never, ever happen again. I know that is not true. I know that there was injustices done to me when I went to court when I was 16 years old, when I went to trial, okay? But if you really feel that way and think that, I'm letting you know now that something like this you will never, ever hear about something like this ever again about me here in this community. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. All right.
All
right.
That's it.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to you, Rick Mill. Double jeopardy. Do you think that you are facing that with friends, families, people in the community, and your peers? Do you think that you deal with that on an everyday basis when you're out there, in the community?
For me, I don't really believe I have that type of issue. The only issue I have with it is probably like the jobs, like trying to go get a job or whatever. I never tried to even get a job or anything like that. I just always hustled and got money selling drugs, and I know a lot of different people. I'm like a businessman anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I always make my moves and make different moves in different sections, you know what I'm saying? So and I worked in good areas, Columbia University, FGM, I went to college and things like that. So it wasn't really hard for me, you know what I'm saying? I just know that people just had to just give me, just trust me and give me a little time. Things will work its way out, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel now. Like, I always just look at things positive, and that's how I take it, that's how, I live life. And eventually things will happen, you just gotta just get the trust out of you.
Okay, so since you mentioned the jobs, let's take that to be the next question, and you could go off of that. Is it a struggle to be able to get out here and find a job for someone to hire you? Do you think that that's a struggle for you, or has it been easy? Or are you still, looking for somewhere to work?
No, I'm not really looking for anywhere to work right now. I got a little couple of connections with different people. I got a lot of little interviews coming up, little different things that are in place, like, modeling with little posters and things like that. So, I'm not really looking for that. And I also got, I'm doing programs and things like that. So that's taking a lot of time now. I'm taking care of my son and home and things like that. So, I'm at this moment, I'm not looking for it, but I'm still trying to do a lot of business propositions and things like that, and networking, and I'm on the phone all day, and social media and things like that. So I'm finding my way. That's what I'm doing.
Finding your way. Okay, adapting.
I'm adapting and figure it out.
All right. So
doing the legal thing.
So with that being said, when it comes to surviving, is it easy or is it difficult?
For me, I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate. I got people that help me out, from me helping them out back in the days and things like that. So I'm in a fortunate situation. So I don't got to go throw bricks, or I ain't got to go put myself in a predicament to go back in the same, predicament. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just sit home and I study and I take care of my son and I help him study and I do the things my family that I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm networking every day because I want to, I'm gonna find a way.
Okay. All right. Some of these questions I need clarification on who. When you say ask him, please be specific on who him is. I don't know what you're talking about. Shaquille, when it comes to finding a job, when it comes to surviving, how is it affecting you?
Okay.
Positive, negative, just let us know.
Right. No, that's good. I like these questions. They tough questions. I love them. Yeah, no, but as I was saying earlier, I've been very fortunate to be able to find jobs and get jobs. You know, I heard a lot of brothers coming back in and out while I was doing my little bid, my bid, 24-year bid. And they said, yo, Shaquille, you know, they ain't got no jobs out there, this and that. And then when I got out after 24 years, the very first week I got a job. And I got another job. Actually, I was working 2 jobs when I got out. And then I was getting jobs after jobs. And I was moving up. At first, I got one at McDonald's. I was working midnights, which opened up the day for me to look for another job, which I found was a construction job. So I was working midnights at McDonald's. I was doing construction. Then I had a little industrial work injury, went on cop. And after I got off of comp, I started working as a lifeguard. From lifeguard, I went to janitor, and I started working 2 jobs there. I worked at FedEx for a while through a temp agency. So my point is, you know, I hear these questions, and you know, a lot of people keep saying over and over again that it's tough finding jobs getting out. It's not. In fact, a lot of these jobs want to hire guys that are coming out of prison because they get a tax write-off. Okay?
Oh, really?
People don't know that. Yeah, yes, they do. A lot of companies and jobs are getting tax write-offs. So they want to hire guys coming out. And I just tell people that are coming out of prison, don't be discouraged. There are jobs. You can find jobs. You can work. Don't be lazy. Take care of your kids. I know that child support is hard sometimes. You know, you want to make excuses or whatever it is. Don't make excuses. Go to work. You know, I mean, I know it's tough, but think about what you did when you was in prison. You could work for 5, 10 cents, right? We was working for 10 cents, 25 cents an hour.
Oh my God.
That's deep.
You know what I mean? In prison. Yes. And you come out and you talk about you can't work, but yet you in prison, sweeping floors, mopping, taking orders from the CO, and all that. And now you out here and you don't want to pick up a broom. You don't want to sweep the sidewalks and things like that. Come on.
Real quick, anyway. We had 2 questions.
I'm sorry.
One of the questions, if you guys don't mind,
go ahead, Brad.
They asked it, would you mind telling what you did?
They did.
Yeah, I know, but I guess somebody
for me, mine's been drugs. You know what I'm saying? Cell indictments, conspiracy, drugs again, possessions, 4th, 3rd degree, 2nd degree, 5th degrees, all types of drugs. And I got a couple of DWIs too. That's what I do.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I just said I was in jail for rape. Let me clear this up too.
Yeah,
I was 16 years old. Yeah. My alleged victim was 27 years old. So, you know, I'm not fixated on kids. I'm not a pedophile or nothing. You know, she was older than me. So I'm gonna leave it like that.
I just wanted you to specify your age on that so that people understand you was a child.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
You know, so.
All right. Okay. And what was the other question?
Another one was asked did he
ask him, did he want to ever do what they said he did after he came home out of frustration?
I couldn't see it behind the words.
So
for me now, my mind just changed automatically. This last 6 years I did. I'm not going back to selling drugs ever. Like I don't want to get into jail for 1 second. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna work if I have to work. You know, get where I gotta go. So, I got a lot of connections, so you know I'm gonna be able to be good for predicament. I'm gonna start doing a lot of speakings and things like that. Taking classes right now. for public speaking and things of that nature. So yeah, that's that's gonna be my platform. Give that to the children.
Yeah, he answered that.
I answered that question already, but if you don't mind,
Well, no, we're not going to keep repeating stuff because we got to move on to this other thing. So, what my question is, how do you feel? And this is a question mainly for you, Shaquille. When you look at these people, they have movies about innocent people and whole life taken away due to someone claiming something happened or they raped. These people spend years in jail and then they get out and then come to find out that it wasn't true, but it was different things in the story. And now they're making a lot of different movies. What's the guy's name? When They See Us.
that was the Central Park 5. It was another guy, a football player, that happened to.
Right, and somebody else I forget. So, you see these things happen, and again, before the story, they're already criticized, right? The people already judge them. All of these things happen where the families turn on you, everybody turn on you, and then until let's say something comes out, and then that's when everybody want to feel sorry. But now, your whole life has been affected by that. You understand? So when you see stories like that, do you connect with it in any kind of way? When you're watching those movies, do they affect you emotionally? Do they make you angry? Or have you even seen these type of movies?
Yes, I have seen these type of movies, and I've even had a friend who did 26 years in prison and was exonerated through the Innocence Project, which a lot of brothers and sisters are today through DNA. When I see this, I actually get upset with myself that I didn't work harder in the law library when I was in prison. One of the big reasons is in the beginning of my bid, I was illiterate. Basically, my reading, my comprehension wasn't too good, and I was not too comfortable about talking to inmate law library clerks about what I was in prison for, because once I tell them, I didn't trust them. They'll go and say, "Yo, this dude's locked up," and then somebody will say another thing like, "Oh, he raped a little girl," or he did, and the whole story will change. And they'll look me up, and then now I got a situation when I go back to the block or something. Everybody know this dude's a sex offender, da-da-da. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of reasons that hindered me from. I wanted to work hard at proving my innocence a little more, but it was kind of difficult. And to answer your question, when I hear about this and see cases like this, what I tell myself is I should have worked a little harder proving my innocence instead of doing the time and getting out. But I'm just happy with myself today that I am out and I'm doing well and everything's going great.
Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. All right. So my next question is this. I would like to know what you learned in the process. I'll go to you first since you just started. Tell me, is there anything that you learned from being locked up that you didn't learn or know when you was home?
It's a lot of things that I learned and locked up. That I didn't know how segregated and how just how tough it is in prison with correction officers, even with the individuals just themselves. You know what I'm saying? You got this closed-minded individuals, you got open-minded individuals, and you got these certain type of individuals you're just not going to connect with, you're not just going to have a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? And everybody thinks differently. So, it's very difficult, especially when you're in a dorm setting with 50 or 60 people, and everybody has their own moods and everything. So it's tough. I learned how to adapt with every type of different situation, person. I learned from each individual. So that's a tough one.
So let me say this too, because I don't want to forget this question. I don't have it down.
Okay.
What is it like dealing with the COs behind bars? Do you feel that they abuse their power when it comes to certain stuff? It's crazy because I have a lot of friends that are CEOs now and cops. Like before, I used to be like, wow, y'all would have been the ones arrested me, right? Now I'm like, damn, I'm cool with these type of people now. But again, it's because, again, changing, my atmosphere, but at the same time, no disrespect, and this is not to the ones that I know, but some of them could be the most grimiest, crookedest ones there, right? So I'm just curious to know how you did you have to deal with that in there? And if you don't want to talk about it, you can pass up. But I just want to ask about that because, a lot of times you see people in there and you got to go through a big struggle just dealing with the CEOs by itself. So that's why I want to touch on that.
I'm saying the CEOs is probably the worst, they divide us up. They do, you know what I'm saying? You got racist CEOs, you got different CEOs, little CEOs, they're just harsh on individuals. They don't give you a chance, or they judge you right off the back, and and depending on where you're at, like if you're upstate in those type of areas, you know what I'm saying, they're not around a lot of people that's from the city. You know what I'm saying? So they're just harsh on you, and they work in teams. They're like a gang in themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they could be ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're like in a box or.
Give me an example of what ruthless means. So tell me what that means.
They could set you up with weapons and drugs, and they could send a hit out on you. You know what I'm saying? In certain ways, you know what I'm saying? It's just how those CEOs are. They don't want to see you succeed. They write tickets, and on the ticket it's nothing that you did. You know what I'm saying? They do that a lot. And it's crazy because I asked a officer that one day. I'm like, why you didn't write what I did? You know what I'm saying? He said you were trained to do that. So
trained to do what?
Trained to write the ticket that way. You know what I'm
Basically
saying?
lie.
Just lie. You know what I'm saying? On the ticket. So and there's people that was in that was in harm's way, and they was like, I need to leave the dorm, and they say, nah, just stay in there. And see this kid get cut up and and stomped out, and then they make the move and take him out the dorm. So yeah, they're absolutely ruthless. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of ruthlessness, and you got to deal with that every day, and you just see it for what it is and learn from it, never go back.
All right, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Lady Miz, they all bad, and I say that because the ones that wanna be good, their hands are tied. They're not going to go against the grain. If the CEO write a ticket, if the CEO say you did this or that, you'll never ever see a CEO go against another CEO.
It's like the cop.
Exactly. They beat you down. They set you up. They line you up with weapons. They do all kinds of stuff. So in the beginning of my bid, I stayed in the box. I ain't gonna lie. I was catching mad tickets. I stayed in the box. I used to curse police out all the time. And, but then as I got older and grew up in prison, I started to realize that I'm putting myself in jail, in the jail. You see what I'm saying? Why don't I just try to make my bid comfortable as possible? You know what I'm saying? Go to the honor block. At least they got little stoves there. I cook my little food, get my little packages. Because like every time I catch a ticket, I can't get no package from home. If I catch a little ticket, I can't go to commissary and buy. All they're going to give me is a limited commissary buy. That means toothpaste, soap, deodorant, and that's it. You can't even, I don't smoke, but you can't buy no cigarettes. You can't buy your cookies, chips, whatever, you know what I mean? The regular store buy. You can't get none of that. You can't get none of that. So actually, I was doing myself a disadvantage by beefing with these pigs. Beefing with these CEOs. All right? I need to just avoid them.
It's no sugarcoating. You want me to curse to show you that?
You know what I mean? I'm doing myself.
Sit up there on it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I'm doing myself a disadvantage.
Okay.
So I just said, you know what? All right, CEO, and I just kept it moving. All right, CEO, because I know I got to go to commissary. I want to get my locker filled up with, my little snacks and food and all that. I ain't gonna be all fucked up for a whole month with no commissary, nothing like that.
Right.
So I started growing. I started learning that, you know what I'm saying, it's no win with these motherfuckers. There's no win. Leave them a fuck alone. Keep it moving. Motherfuckers say something, just let it go. And that's another reason why it's been easier for me on the streets now. When little shit happen, I know how to walk away from it now. Because all the shit that I had to deal with the pigs, the police, while I was locked up for 24 years, how am I going to come back out now and try to be tough with my own brother on the street or try to get smart with somebody in the store or whatever? Ain't nobody, matter of fact, ain't nobody oppressing me out here like they was doing behind the walls. So chill out. Get out of that shit and chill out now. But yeah, the police, they ruthless, man. They ruthless locked up. They write tickets like what's the name again? So yeah, Rick was saying, you know what I'm saying? They write tickets and they be putting all false information on the ticket. Like they hit you with like 3 or 4 charges, and then when you go to the T hearing, go before the lieutenant, the sergeant, or whatever, they might find you not guilty, whatever. But just one charge, that one little like direct order charge or at a place charge or whatever it is, they'll make it stick. And then you know what you got to deal with after that? 6 years from now, when you go to the parole board gonna be asking you about that. It's still be in front of you after 6 years. They're gonna look at that ticket and deny you parole for 2 years just because this motherfucker lied on the ticket and said you were upstairs when you wasn't supposed. All I did was go upstairs and yell at my man, come out and play basketball tonight. We got a game tonight. I run downstairs. CEO said, give me your ID card. Go to your cell. You locked up. Now you go to the parole board in 6 years, and the parole board saying, oh, you out of place. But the parole board don't know exact what happened, what really went down. All they seen is, oh, he might have escaped or something. He probably was trying to escape or something. All he did was go upstairs and say, yo, come outside, yo, we're going to be playing ball. So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy that, you know, people, I mean, I know some CEOs, and not for nothing, like my daughter's boyfriend is a CEO, right? But I know that he's a good person. And when we talk, he always says like, yo, I try to bond with the people. I try to talk to them because you're in these positions.
You must be accountable.
I don't know.
It is, right?
I don't know.
State is different. County, yeah,
maybe. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? He said it is different.
Yeah.
No, I just felt like, you know, that you got people that get these jobs and they go in these areas and you think that they're there to do their job and to make it, you know, not make it hard. I understand that jail and prison is not supposed to be a fun place. But my thing is, it's abusing your power. You know what I mean? You're still dealing with individuals and human beings that have feelings. It doesn't matter. You're not the judge. You understand? Only God is the judge. Who are you to come in there and think that now this is what I'm gonna do and this is how I'm gonna treat you? Because why? They think that, and this is going to the family or to the next question. They think that nobody cares, right? So my next question to you guys is: do you think when you was locked up that your people and your friends and your family forgot about you? Did you feel forgotten about? Talk to me about that. And who you just talked? We're gonna go with you.
Yeah. You know, people.
Mel, sorry.
Yeah. People have. I'm saying it's out of sight, out of mind. That doesn't mean that they don't care for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that that's the lifestyle they're not living. You know what I'm saying? You put your own self in your predicaments. That's what you get. That's what you got to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a life, and you know it's a struggle. It's a struggle out here. So I totally understood that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? The people that you actually helped and took care of. You know what I'm saying? And you know, yeah, that was kind of like neglected on that part. You know what I'm saying? They didn't look out. They didn't even make a call or send $1. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's been, you know, that's how I feel like, you know, I've been neglected in that thing, in that style. So you know, that's affected me.
Okay. All right. How about you, Shaquille?
Well, it depends. Like, you know, there was a few cats that I, you know, felt some kind of way about them not reaching out to me because, you know, they were my childhood friends. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't coming to check me. Especially, I was at Sing Sing and I was living in a town that was like right across the TZ, Mario Como Bridge, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And I was real close to home, and they wasn't even coming to check me. But, you know, throughout the bid, I was, you know, making little moves. You know, I bagged a couple of chicks, you know what I'm saying? They came to check me or whatever. I had a few visits. I got married, you know what I'm saying? I got married on my bid. I had a few trailers and stuff like that. So that was good too, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I feel like, you know, there could have been a couple cats that could have came through and kicked it down, you know, kicked the door down a little bit more than what I had and whatever. And I also said too, you know, I came in mad young, you know what I'm saying? I was 16. I always told myself, if I had came in as an adult, a little early, you know, a little older, I probably would have had, you know, a shorty or whatever, you know, in my life. I mean, I was 16. I wasn't in like no like serious relationships or nothing like that. I was in. Like I left my lady and we was living together before I went to prison or things like that. I was young, so that was I had to understand that too. You know, I was young, so it's making it hard for me to find somebody to come see me. But I'm gonna tell y'all this story real quick. It's funny. I told somebody on the street one day, listen, man, you know, I'm trying to get a girl, you know what I mean? I'm locked up, I need a little companionship, ain't nobody coming to see me. So you know what I want you to do? I got this index card, right? I'm gonna put my name and ID number on it, and I want you to go to the store and put it on the Kotex box. So
oh my God, he did.
So girl, I mean, I know females gotta go get tampons.
He's shooting his shots on the tampon.
I'm lonely, come see me. Oh man, it never worked, but it was worth a try.
I can't. Listen. It was turning. The wheels were turning. He said, "I'm a part." Listen, that's very creative, yo.
Real quick, I'm gonna tell you. When I hear you guys, it's a lesson for these young cats out here to be running out here talking crazy, especially out here wanting to do things for other people and land their ass in jail for them same people. Like, oh fuck it, you know, just leave them for dead.
Absolutely.
So,
put the camera on yourself when you talk.
All right. Don't tell us, let these kids know. You know, it's nobody gonna be there for you when you up there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The reason why you do that is because when I don't know if it's picking you up, so I just want it to show up on here, okay?
Yeah, most women is deep within the year. You know what I'm saying? They do that first couple of months with you, and then they going after that. You know what I'm saying?
So is that a struggle with it? So you bringing up a good point. Is it a struggle to stay in a relationship with someone when you're behind bars?
Absolutely.
Did you find that to be a struggle?
Yeah, because most men are emotionally. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the arguments on the phone and who they dealing with and who they fucking and who they doing this and who they. See, I don't never worry about that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna just do me when I come home anyway. It don't even matter.
What does that mean?
You know that's for me. I'm gonna do the best for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing the right individual to be in that lane with me. So,
okay.
And they gonna win at the end though. So I ain't about that. So that's been like, you know, but I that's why I tried to find the right individual to, you know, be there for me no matter what. Like, you know, just love me for who I am.
Yes. And Shaquille, how about you?
What's that?
Wait, let me go back to it. Oh boy, what did I just ask?
I think I answered it.
You answered it already? No, he didn't. I'm trying to repeat the question. What did I just ask you? That I'm trying to answer.
No, having relationships with.
Oh yeah, the relationships. Oh, okay. So you did kind of touch on that already. Yeah, it's difficult to, you know. Did you find it difficult to maintain a relationship being behind bars?
He answered that question.
Well, you kind of answered that already.
Yeah, he was 16. You know, 16. He said he didn't have a relationship. You know.
Oh, the concept.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about the relationships that you built with the brothers behind bars. Do you feel that you have more of a bond with them than you do when you come out with everybody else? Do you feel like they're your family, or is it like, nah, them dudes is bad, like I'm getting away from them, I don't want to, or did you build a bond with the people behind bars?
Yeah, always because you're around these people all day. All
Okay.
day, you know what I'm saying? You get to know who they really are in a sober way. You know, when they get out in the streets, it can be quite difficult because I've done that, you know what I'm saying? Where I dealt with people who was real good behind the bars, and then when I came outside, come to find out they were addicts and things like that. That can destroy the whole relationship after that, you know what I'm saying? And they resort back to what they were doing, and that's when you can't really trust them anymore, you know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, you know, you find good individuals and positive people. Yeah, it's positive people, and people that you can actually team up and be better in life. And then they're on the right track. That's good.
Okay. All right. And you should do.
Well, I used to chop it up with a few cats, but I kind of kept my distance a little bit. You know, you got a lot of big bands in too, you know what I mean? And I don't get down like that. Anything, I'm gonna fuck short. I go for so
I can't take.
That's another thing, but you know, now that I'm out, you know, I still, you know, with a couple of dudes and shit. I be going to visit, you know, I'm off, I don't have no conditions, so I could go back into the prison. I was just up with Wendy, seeing my man up there for a minute. I went to Groveland recently. I'm about to shoot over here. This man was Abu. He over my man is over there.
No, it's okay. You're doing it on that level. I just didn't want it if it was slander, right?
Man, Abu. You know, I'm about to go see him. So I like going to check dudes, even though I didn't get that kind of love when I was locked up, because. You know what I mean? I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be locked up and not have you know dudes leaving saying they gonna do this and that, and they don't do. You know what I mean? What's good to be on the other side. You know, when you go in there, sitting on the floor with your man kicking it. You know, it kind of remind of where you don't want to go back to. However, you know that you making brothers day are going down to visit, give them something to eat, be able to look around, see smells on the business, whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, like that.
Okay. All right. So that's go back.
I go back. And I be hitting up on the JPay. You know, and you can text them. You can text them on the JPay. You know, send them shoot mails and stuff like that. So yeah, I do that.
Okay. Now, people are saying that there's a lot of echoing here. Right? Did you feedback? We got to figure out what's causing that feedback. Oh, it just started again. So I don't know if it's in the program, if it's in the system. Okay, let's do that and see what happens. Guys, let me know if you still hear feedback while I'm talking right now. I know that's going to be on the slight delay. But we're gonna end it short. It's feedback. That's not good. I don't like that because that's. Putting it on there like that. So it hasn't to do with the background.
I don't know what's causing it. Guys. Nah, your thing is off. So it's not gonna cause anything. You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, it would be if it would have to be somebody playing it, but nobody's phone is playing. I mean, mine's is here, but it's down. So I don't know.
Mine's down.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Backyard.
Run DMC feedback. Yo, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Can you hear it?
That's what I'm saying.
You hear feedback? Are you listening?
I hear it on the phone.
Yeah, because we're not going to hear it. Tuning in.
Internet, it could be the internet. Numerous amount of internet is bouncing. The internet is bouncing in and out. It's going up and down.
What's up, Demo Wet? Thank you very much, guys, for letting us know about the feedback. We apologize for that. I'm not really sure what's going on and why that's happening. Working on it to get that fixed. So thank you very much. So thank you very much. So, is there anything that I did not ask you that you want people to know that you want both of y'all with that? I'm a both of y'all with that. Anything, an experience, anything, if there's anything, an experience, if there's you went through, something that you want people to know about, something that you want people to know about you when it comes to human beings, when it comes to human beings that's getting back out here into the community, that's getting back out here into the community, the world dealing with the people in it, the world period, and the people in it.
Well, I'll start. Mine is very short. I'll start. Mine is very short. Everything that I have, everything that has happened in my life, everything that has happened in my life, and I realized that it was God. I'm not angry with the Lord. And I thank the Lord every day. I'm not angry with the Lord. I thank the Lord every day. Because that and throughout the whole situation, Lord was by my side, and I'm so by my side, and I'm so the Lord, and I know the Lord, him, and that, and I understand done so much for me. I'm done so much for me. I'm so blessed, and I can't say. All I can do is just thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for everything, and that is something that I think is very important for everyone to know about me. That I really am grateful for God, what He's done for my life, even the bad, because it's made me a better person.
Okay. All right. So there's growth. So there's growth. You know, I always say,
God
like, yes,
pain
and failure. I always say is growth. I always say is growth.
Even though I've been through what I've been through, still continuing to bless. You know, bless me with a beautiful fiance right now. I live in a house. I'm working. I'm healthy. I'm not smoking weed no more. I don't drink no beer. I don't drink no liquor. I'm a vegetarian. I work out. I stay healthy. I'm in a happy, loving relationship with a woman. And I mean, I can't believe all the stuff. When I look back on it, I say, wow, all the stuff I went through. But look at me now.
Right.
I'm smiling. I'm happy.
You still here doing your thing.
That's right. So that's the question you didn't ask me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I said. This is your time. Tell them.
God is good.
Okay.
Amen.
All right. Amen. All the time. That's what I'm talking about. So, two questions that I have for you for that. One. Did you?
Shut off Facebook.
Don't worry about. But it's still here.
I'm talking about God.
It's okay. Let it go from here. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have to fix this issue anyway. So two things. The first thing is did you learn eating habits? Start caring about your body. Once you was locked up, like did you have the same habits before, or is this something that you learned while you were in there?
No. While I was in there, I food was in the beginning of my bed. The food was a lot better. We had real food, and then some I guess 15 years into my bed, it changed to what they call quick chill. They have now this big industry that inmates prepare food, and they put it in bags, ship them all out to facilities, and all they do is throw them in kettles, warm them up, cut the bag, boil rice, and they just pour the slop. It's slop. So I guess I had to really a lot of things that I know really wasn't good for me to sustain myself, to keep myself healthy and strong, and give me that energy to go out, lift weights, hit the bag, punch, do that. If I didn't do that, if I didn't open up that can of Spam and put it in whatever, and just eat something and eat that half a loaf of bread and butter and all that, I've been smoked out, man. I wouldn't, you had to do to sustain. But now I'm out on the street. It's a lot different now. I can get better foods, and I don't have to do all that. I can eat, nuts and fruits and vegetables and get more of abundance. I ain't got to wait on that package to get fresh lettuce and peppers and all that stuff. Now I go right and get it, at the store.
Gotcha.
So I tell you, fellas, you got that snap, stop selling. Go on and get that. Ladies,
for real. So how about you, Rick Mill?
For me, first I would like to thank Lady Miz and Ray because they took my son in while my wife was going through the struggle and I was going through a lot. I was in jail, so and they took care of him and put him in a good situation. So that was a struggle on me, and because I knew he was in trouble. For y'all to bring him out, bring him into your home. That was a lesson. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. My life been about my whole life been struggle. But I never ever gave up. That was my always think positive. Always positive. Strong mind. I know that I'm gonna have better in life. Strive for better in life. I'm not the type of person to really dwell on the past. You know what I'm saying? I take responsibility for all my actions. I embrace them, and I learn from them. Move on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I had a lot of fun in my life. A lot of fun. I went a lot of different places. I had a lot of pain and struggle. But no, I would not one day back from that. It made me who I am today. And I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's gonna take. The process is gonna take to get me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna be hungry. So that's my thing. So I just keep my mindset right places, and I networking and doing the right things. And if I gotta get a job to make a few dollars for family and for my child and just be there for him, and that's what I'm gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? With this corona thing, it's struggle. So you got remote learning, you got your kids not listening, and this and that. You got to plan them and do the things you got to do. But it's fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Cherish it now. Before I wasn't thinking about it. Not to say I didn't care, but I wasn't thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about myself, what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that I had children. I mean, in my life, people that really care. Now, I take full responsibility for my actions, my past. I just move on, and I know that. I want to make trillions of dollars. That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I will make it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get close. You know what I'm saying? So my goals and my plans be putting things together and the process I gotta go through. That's what I'm gonna do. And I got a lot of programs. I got violent programs. I got substance abuse programs. I got to see psychologists like that. So I'm gonna do that. Satisfy parole. And also help myself. Everything is a learning process. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do. And I'm gonna eventually find my lane and my platform. And I'm just gonna become successful.
Okay. All right. Listen, you said a few things. I always have a pen here.
Okay.
I forget so damn like I want to say. But you said something and I wanted to ask you about that. Oh my God. I'm so mad. I knew I shouldn't.
Children. Success, business.
Look, it's making it worse. I can't. I'm so mad. I knew I should have had a pencil because I like to jot things down when people talk. So that I'm like, I should have asked this. But there was something that I wanted to ask y'all, and I freaking can't remember. I'm so mad. But let me just say this. Coming out of jail. Adapting and dealing with yourself. How do you treat? Have you forgiven yourself? A lot of times, and the reason I ask this is so important. We always say, forget about what I did. Don't worry about what I did, right? Or not saying don't worry about. We're moving on. Leave it in the past. But some people walk around with stuff in them. Right, and they never really deal with that. And sometimes they put it in the back of their head, but that burden is still on their back. So the question I have to both of y'all is: Have you forgiven yourself?
Absolutely. I forgive myself. I forgive myself right away.
Right away, right after you did it.
I did myself. I just had to serve my time. But better myself was in it. I always try to better myself. I write. I go to school. You know what I'm saying? And do things like that. Always better myself. Knowing that it's going to work for me later on. That's what changed my mind about doing different things, without doing things. So
Okay.
That's what I figure myself out.
Okay. Big shout out to Black Moses. I see you. Where that music at, Black Moses. So Shaquille, have you forgiven yourself?
Eddie Biz, I'm still struggling with it. To be honest with you, I'm struggling with that. I'm having a lot of ups and downs with it. Yeah, I'm still struggling with it. I'm taking programs. They have a lot of mental health programs available out there. So I want to put that out there. And I talk with therapists and every week, twice a week, and it's helpful. It's helpful. Like I said, all I can say. I have in some cases. There's still a lot more work to be done in that area. The fact that I understand that, it's actually making it a lot better. Actually, when I wasn't in denial, because when I wasn't in denial, I would really get bad. But now that I'm really accepted it, get bad. And learning coping skills, accepted it like that. And learning coping skills, I'm able to cope with my therapist. But it gets I'm able to cope. I get sad. But I get depressed. I get sad. I get stressed. I get depressed. I get stressed out. Days I feel things. I can't do certain things. Worthy in certain situations. Worthy in certain situations and stuff. That's normal. And I'm just happy I'm doing the right things to deal with. I'm just happy I'm doing the right things to deal with.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Listen. Okay. And this is you said something. And this actually you said something. And this actually yes you did. Thank you. Yes you did. Thank you. So don't worry about the time. We're going to be editing this anyway because of the issues. But what I want to ask you is this. We live in a time where something that we all grew up with thinking, something that can't speak for everybody, but thinking that, I can't speak for everybody, but thinking that we don't want to talk about it, right? We don't want to talk about it. We think that it's so bad. We don't want to discuss it. We think that it's so bad. We think that getting help, people think it crazy. It's all these different people think so crazy. What all these different is the fact that you guys are willing to talk about. Say, listen, I go see someone because especially black men. Because especially black men already live in a society in the world where we already living with a lot of racism, people dealing with a lot of racism basis, people getting shot, the way we just treat basis, people get shot, the way we just treat it. So as when you gotta go in society, then you gotta go through. When you gotta go through that, then you gotta go through behind bars, then you gotta go through you're dealing with, and then come out. You're dealing with PTSD. When you talk about that. When you talk about going to these programs, when you talk about going to these programs, speaking to these people for you guys. Do you think that it's for you guys? Do you think that is it working? Is it needed?
It's what you put into.
Okay.
That's the only way I think.
Okay.
That's the only way I think. It's going to work. Listen, because I used to just listening is good too. I'm gonna lie. Listening is good too. I'm gonna lie. Because it's what you put into it. And you're right. It's what you put into it. And you're right. There is a stereotype. It means you're crazy. Men don't do stuff. Don't take medication. Crazy. All that kind of stuff. Stuff don't take medication. All that kind of stuff. I know exactly. Heard it. I've seen it. I've been through it. But I'm gonna say it again. I've seen it. But I'm gonna say it again. Feel that it's right for you. Take advantage of it for you. Listen to it, try it, and listen to it, try it. see how it worked for me. Some things if I don't like it, I let it. If I don't like it, if I feel like it's something, but if I feel like it's something that is directed towards me, and I feel like it's, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Let's see how I do. That's all.
Okay, so basically, overall, it's just saying it's what you put into it. What you put into it is what you get out of it.
Right. And that's on the topic of incarceration and things like that. Mm-hmm. I've seen and I've witnessed two guys kill themselves in prison, hang themselves in prison. You know, I didn't actually see. I seen them when they ran to a cell. They cut the sheet down. He had a sheet up bars. Early in the morning when the officer was doing his count before going home. And they screamed, ran, cut the thing, and got him down. And then when they brought him by on a gurney, he was all blue in the mouth. His arm was sticking up like this. Okay. And he was like stiff as ice, whatever you want, like this, dead. And all because his wife left. He had a lot of time. His wife told him, so I'm not coming back, and he just fell apart, killed himself. Now I wish he could have went to somebody from mental health or whatever. But suicide is a big thing in prison. It happens a lot. It happens a whole lot.
Wow, that's deep, but it's definitely something to be discussed, and people should know because people do a lot, and you never know what's going on in their head, in their heart, and deal with that. How do you deal with that? The right because way. We all deal with things. You know what I mean? That's why you got some people that use drugs, or drink, or sexual, or whatever. However you want to. People deal with their emotions in many different ways. So I believe that getting help. So what about you? So when it comes to that, has it been effective? Has it been effective for you?
Yeah, I've been through a rough life. I've been through a rough life. I've been in and out of places my whole life. I was facilities, and I went to college, and I went to college, I went back to jail. So it's been hectic. Then I went back to jail. So it's been hectic. Through it all, through my experiences and everything. I learned to cope certain ways. I learned to cope certain things, certain ways about myself. Doing certain things and never. I don't think it's never bad to really. I don't think it's try to really, try to seek help from my schooling, from my schooling, I took a lot of psychology classes. It's a lot of psychology, it's a lot of psychology, whatever. That really just sit there and just listen. Or a lot of people really want situations. From somebody just listen and try to understand them more. So I absolutely don't think it's bad anybody to seek. You know what I'm saying? To find the right person, the right place for you. You know what I'm saying? The right situation. And I think it just work out. You know what I'm saying? I do counsel myself. For me and my child, really just back together and learning him and it's the right ways to do certain things and things like that. So I think it works for me. Therapeutic. I would suggest recommend it individuals. Gotta find the right person.
Right.
That's gonna be effective.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Everybody's different, like you said.
Right. Finding the right one. Yeah. Because not everybody can be as effective. And you do got to find the ones that care about what they're doing and care and want to see the progress in the person. Not just I'm getting a paycheck. This is my job. Go ahead and tell me your problem. You want somebody that's going to be effective. So we're gonna wrap this up. We went over time. I know. Supposed to keep it to an hour. We've been having some difficulties here. But again, I want to thank y'all for coming today. And I would like y'all to come back. Definitely get this fixed. But it was a great conversation, and I hope that it will also be helpful to somebody else listening to first understand one, people out here that's doing stuff. This is the life that you're gonna have to face when you're behind bars. And then other people who've never been behind bars to understand what it's like, what y'all go through. And I'm gonna say y'all, me too. You know what I mean? I may not have been to that point, but I get it because I've been halfway there. But what you have to go through with society, dealing with the people in there, dealing with the other inmates, dealing with the COs, they're coming out and dealing with the people. It's a constant, you know, judgment. I would say all the time. And you gotta really fight and work through that. So again, I want to thank y'all for coming on. I don't know if y'all have any closing words, but if you don't, then we're going to end the show. Any last words?
No, thank you. Good meeting you. Gillian. I appreciate being here. Thank you.
No doubt. Okay. All right, y'all. So listen, we're about to end the show. Thank you guys for tuning in from the Ground Up Productions. There's only one way to go from here. We out.
Peace.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.